You wonder how many more opportunities he's going to have after today. Gets on the upfield shoulder of John Simpson. He's got the jersey.
Reason he's able to get there, two reasons. One, he's Myles Garrett, of course, but two, the coverage.
We're going to see Max Crosby. Watch this guy. The guard overshot the landmark right there. Blake Brandel.
And Fletcher Cox, we talked about him earlier in the evening. He has been sensational. They're going back against Zach Martin, gets the ball out.
Before it was declined. His sack of his career.
Crosby declined it as soon as he got up. You see him just attack that right.
A little gap play pass, little token fake to McCaffrey, and Jaron Reed just blows up the field.
Guy's relentless. Doesn't matter, flu-like symptoms, who cares? He's just going to come ripping off the edge. A guy with that kind of speed and one of the most athletic tackles trying to hang on.
That's when you know that you're really settling in as an NFL quarterback, that you don't feel everything thundering around you, especially.
Extra seconds, milliseconds to work with.
Yeah, he pushes McGovern all the way right back. Tore down and
This time he's going to line up, head up over the guard in that up stance and basically just run some type of spinner, little push right there, double hand.
Here comes Mad Max off the edge. Oh, look at how violent and fast that spin move happens.
He'll kind of take a swing and miss against Reddick. He's going to hit that punch, and Reddick's going to go right around him and get up just high enough.
Runs right into the hands of Leonard Williams. You can see Reed and Williams, they're almost acting as offensive blockers.
Brandon Staley does. They move him right over the center. Okay, you want to double team us with wide receiver, with the tight end, you're going to do.
In this game tonight is going to be right out here. Terrence Steele had a tough time the last time these two teams got together, and so now they are going to try and get there for Lawrence. Some battle on the outside.
It's just a coverage sack as the dominant Chris Jones does it again, creating the pressure over
By Lamar Jackson. And if you're going to sit there that long, look what Aaron Donald's been dealing with today. He's got, we talk to offensive coaches. We're trying to get forehands on.
There's this spin move from T.J. Watt from the outside back to the inside, flushes him.
Yes. He sees that as an insult. You're going to block me with one person? I'll end up at your quarterback.
Trying to get him working against Morgan Moses. They're sliding everybody out that way. Kevin Zeitler.
Strike into the face. Now watch. Bosa's working. Evan Brown, the center. We showed you earlier working the right guard, Anthony Bradford, and just the ability to move him along this defensive line, create matchups.
Well, Max Crosby is just in relentless pursuit. Right past O'Neal. Oh, he almost... He's going to have to run the hoop all the way around.
and watch, when he rushes wide, Karlaftis comes back underneath and gets a bunch of late sacks, and he's rushing well, Karlaftis.
Watch how fast Gregory wins. They kind of overreach him on the zone run scheme, and he spins right back.
And the loss is 7 yards.
Told us last night when we met with him, Tony, was that we just got to make sure that 95 doesn't wreck it.
Yeah, and exactly.
They try and misdirection. You fake one way, and then you fake the reverse, and then you shoot the screen out. Texans not falling forward at all.
The Cleveland Browns defense.
And that totally felt like a discussion point on the break from Jim Schwartz.
Job of marrying the rush and the coverage. There's number 98, Travis Jones. Watch him just continue to work. Runs the loop.
Just sliding this protection out here to get Aiden Hutchinson. You see both guys out there. Davis out there. You've got Wright out there. Aiden Hutchinson.
He's almost used as a spy. Watch how he rushes, eyes on the quarterback. Now I'm going to get down underneath. Jennings went from being a role player to a featured player. This is against Washington, a rookie. Look how he just uses those hands and throws him. So Jennings is a guy that sets the edge. He can provide some pass rush.
He is just so athletic. He really is. Just a guy that's relentless in his effort. You have to be happy for him, too, because he was told he had.
They are going to fantastically cover both Tyreek and Tua, and then look at those games that really get up.
The Jets were going to use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. Why take the timeout here?
Job by Alex Singleton. It's the second time we've seen that exact same setup and blitz resulting in a sack.
Yeah, the 2 linebackers
of his career. Going to push that pocket inside, spin off it, and Rousseau does a great job.
Well, you see over here and then right in the middle that those are the 2 offensive linemen that give it up. And here it just meet right in the middle. This is an outstanding job by Thibodeau as he gets up the field and he does that spin move when he gets to the quarterback level.
Arden Key up here at the top of the screen. You're going to see he beats Julian Hill, who's coming across to try and block him on the edge and secure the edge. Just can't get the Christian Wilkins. He's going to start right here and just going to loop around, just find the hole. You see him just come up. You see the penetration by Sealer. And here comes Christian Wilkins.
Late mid-season addition after being suspended the first 6 games of the year, and he's made a difference, the former 49er.
On the edge there between the tight ends, my guess is Washington is going up against a rookie right guard, City So, and just works through him. He's got such great strength with that bull rush.
Yeah, I'd love to see Charbonnet, when his guy doesn't come, instead of just running by Bosa, he's got to give his tackle Lucas a little help. Rushing as a unit, Bosa takes the inside move to flush, and that allows Gregory to run the big hoop. So that's all choreographed. They know which side can take the inside, which side stays outside. Flush right into the loop runner, and yeah, big Javon Hargraves, number 98. You're going to see him right here at right tackle. He just beats Damian Lewis fast. That's what forces Drew Lock to step up in the pocket, and now they just call
linebacker level. Josie Jewell hiding behind Zach Allen. Just a little cross stunt there.
Well, this is a really tough block to get the end man on the line of scrimmage for C.J. Ham. That guy's paid to rush, and he's got a full head of steam coming in the
last 6 games. Justin Herbert has been blitzed 68 times and 0 sacks in that situation. His first in the 69 dropback.
Gets it here, but it's really Spillane on the loop. He has to run the big hoop, and then Tyree Wilson gets in. You see he attracts. But right here, Amir Abdullah is going to get up inside and block. Take care of him for a second, but then he's got to get up. And Aiden O'Connell, I think,
come barreling down here, and then Jones is going to wrap around on the end tackle game. You see him come down inside, he picks Noah Jackson.
They're bringing so much pressure up front. You're picking up the guys you expect to pick up, but the guys that you don't.
Game inside here, and then come back around. That tackle game on the inside. You see the delay, and there he is right there.
He has a nice little move. He's gone around a couple times. Little swim move to get around the edge, and keeps coming and gets Minshew. And
they're going to pinch the defensive end inside that hutch, and then scrape the outside linebacker hands.
Setting the edge. Watch him here. Won't get knocked off the line of scrimmage. Takes Njoku, holds him there. Good fill by Rayshon Jenkins and Devin Lloyd.
We did not see this energy from this defense in the first half. I mean, that is textbook by Kyle Van Noy.
And sweeps against Cleveland. Why? Because of how fast flowing they are. Look at all the brown shirts. Essentially beating Etienne to the corner where he was wanting to get to.
Carl Granderson, it's not even close. He is their best defensive end. As much as we talk about Cameron Jordan.
This is well designed. These two set a pick right here, and then Roberts works around that pick. Nice job of being patient, works around it.
Or there's just a miscommunication with your tackle, but nobody blocks Udafe Owe. I mean, that's your defensive end. That's the first guy.
They line up guys. Listen, they don't bring a lot of pressure. If you look at them, they're one of the least blitzing teams.
Slowing him down allows the speed of that defense. So good discipline that time and good vision by the big defensive end.
Just on the inside here, and one of the things they've been doing, they've been moving their defensive ends over the guards. So they've been
working hand in hand together, and this is a great example of it. You know, there's nowhere for Matthew Stafford to go, so you just keep working, you keep grinding.
Bryce Hall coming off the edge here. Bryce Hall coming off the edge here against Fant. Fant goes to the inside first, so that means he's late getting to the outside, and then when Stroud tries escaping to the right, just not enough.
Sure, it's pressure up front, but it's also a coverage sack because when he got to the end of his drop, the free safety.
Do it mostly on these third down plays, confuse him, take away his primary off to the left. He just doesn't have an answer. You could see how uncomfortable he was.
You're going to see they overload the right side. Right, there's 3 defenders on the right side, so they're all one-on-one. Backside is zone, but they're able to get through, and when there's nowhere to step up in the pocket, we previously showed C.J. Stroud having the ability to step up in the pocket because the tackles